Hello Mail, hello Strider, hello Killick, hello Mini Roach, welcome in, good to see you. I hope you're doing well today. It's time to get started. Monday nights. Always a little hectic around here, but I made it, and that's good. Let's do this. Let's do this. There we go. How's it going? Great to see you. I hope you're doing well. Hey, B&U, good to see you there too. It's International Crab Hunting Monday. Is it really? Is that a thing? I'd believe it. I don't know why I would believe it, but I'd believe it. I got myself a hot cup of tea, a bottle of water, and a book about animating. Which I think we're going to take a look at, because we've got to do some animation at some point. You want to go out and hunt crabs? Good luck. What's up, Killick? Good to see you. Yeah, this is fresh hot tea. All right. Let's take a look. So yeah, we went and did some like preparation for character design work, which is good, but we've barely touched the surface there. We actually need to do the pixel art for those characters and design them. Now. So you know, that's good. Hi, Emmy Cat, good to see you. I hope you're doing good today as well, Emmy. Welcome in, welcome in. Ruin Pixels, hi, good to see you. Yeah, it's Mike. Mike's here. Hi. It's Rue over there, everybody. Say hi to Rue. Oh, I've lost my train of thought now. That's fine. We designed a bunch of stuff last time. Like, well, no, we just went and did research for the designs. I don't know if I want to start the character art at high res or at pixel art and then just like evolve from pixel art to high res. There's benefits doing it in both directions, and there's also cons. There's pros and cons for both paths. Start with pixel art or start high res and then work your way in the other direction. For some of these characters I will need higher res stuff, so certainly. Yeah! Thank you. Thank you, Creep, good to see you, welcome in. Certainly for Rip and Tear, the dogs, I want to have those intro animations coming in like a detailed view. I think the llama we're probably going to have a detailed view for at some point. I don't know exactly how much detail we're going to go. So the idea of doing some high-res sketches for them is appealing. But again, like I said, the advantage of doing it like at high res is you get the you get to like work out details and then work backwards from there, like work out what's the important details and like, you know, highlight them in the pixel art. Whereas if you do pixel art first, you might miss some of those details potentially, but it is a lot faster to iterate, because in terms of like the lines that can be in the wrong spot, there's fewer of them, right? Like in pixel art, there's fewer pixels to place. So as long as you're placing the right color and it's roughly in the right spot, it's probably like closer to correct than not. Whereas with high res, you can, you know, you get shapes, you mess with shapes a bit more and stuff that in details that you might not really notice once it's pixel arted. So it can be a bit of a balancing act. Knowing where the details need to be, and that's something that I need to learn. It's just a skill I need to develop a bit. And again, this is an art style that I don't normally work from, so I'm still learning like where to put the lines and like what shapes communicate things well and stuff like that too. So there's a lot for me to learn still in this art style. So yeah, I'm still thinking about that. I'm thinking I'm probably going to just start doing pixel art for everything. I know yesterday I was like, I'll just do this sheet of things that we can sketch in, but that's still a good mood board at least. It's a good reference board. We can use that, and then we can go to pixel art immediately and just have that there as a reference to look at, and that might be the best way to go forward with that. So anyway, that's some thoughts. Hey there, Pi, good to see you. Curse Twitch and the awful notification system. Hope all as well. It's great. It's great over here. Thank you. I hope you're doing well as well. First draft can be 1 by 1 pixels and then go up from there. Yeah, we'll probably try and pick a reasonable resolution to work from. You know, 1 by 1 might be a little too much for Mini Roach. Or a little too little, to be more accurate, I guess. Pi, I hope you're doing good today, mate. Good to see ya. Did you do your, are you finished your night shifts period again? I lost track of it. Just 1 pixel at a time, Mini Roach. Emicat. Exactly. Hey, Astro, good to see you. Back to day shifts now? Oh, awesome. You must be feeling relieved. 7 days? Nice. I've got the book, the animation book, which I realize I don't have a button to press for this too. I can't be bothered setting up a thing for this, so I'll just manually do it. I think if I go here, and then if I go here, there you go. So this is what we're looking at. I'm thinking about animation. We might not do animation today, but I want to think about it. Maybe look through this, see if we can see anything that's inspirational in terms of walk cycles. Really what I'm looking for is walk cycle inspirations. Once we've seen something interesting in here, maybe we can use that later on to do the walk cycle animations. You fixed the issue? Awesome. I really appreciate it, dude. You're a legend. Thank you. I wish Windows was better, because it wouldn't have happened if Windows was better. But yeah, I appreciate that, mate. So I don't really know, like I haven't read this intro or anything like that yet. There's so much in here about like the fundamentals of animation all the way up to like, you know, how to actually be good at it. Oh yeah, that's right. It even has like history of animation. So I'm just gonna kind of skip through. I've done some of this stuff like before. I've done some like, you know, the timing, the squash and stretch and stuff like that, which we'll get to here. And yeah, there's another one. This is ease in and ease out. I've done a lot of this stuff, but I haven't done good walk cycles very much. Walk cycles are a pain, I think. I've done mediocre walk cycles plenty, but doing a good one from scratch, something I want to look at. I assume that there's a section in here about walk cycles. I could probably like look it up in this nice table of contents at the start here. Walks. Getting the weight. Set the tempo. Passing position or breakdown, etc. It's all from 102. Let's go to 102. Okay. So I've seen graphics like this plenty of times before about like that little bit of bobbing, and that's what they're talking about, like setting the weight, I guess, or whatever the term was that I just saw. All walks are different. No two people in the world walk the same. Have a look and see what we can find. Hey Davros, good to see you. Mercedes, hello, hello. Do you do 3D animation or all 2D? I've done some 3D, yeah. I have done some 3D animation in the past. For this project, no 3D animation, I don't think. But who knows, maybe there'll be some 3D animation that'll make life easier for us at some point. So this is the this is all about the walk cycles. So getting the weight, we don't get weight by a smooth level movement. Yeah, so this is like a very heavy walk. Like this character's probably like carrying something heavy or pushing something heavy because they're like really lunging into it. Whereas this is probably a bit more casual of a walk. This is a good one here. So like this is a good example of like the kind of thing. I think when you do this too much in pixel art, it doesn't always look good. Like I think you have to find a balance in pixel art for this kind of bobbing to like look good. And also I think you need enough frames to really sell the weight of the character, like that anticipation and stuff like that as well. But I'm kind of hoping I just like see something that looks good in here and I can be like, oh yeah, I'll use that for my walk cycle. Like this is like genuinely, this could work. It's a little bit like a Sasquatch movement style, you almost could see. But yeah, you can see contact to contact here, and then you could just like, you know, redraw the frames with the front leg behind and the behind leg in front kind of thing, if that makes sense. So you could just take these frames and repeat them. The silhouette could basically be the same. But I think there's some other like details we could like consider looking at too as we go. This is a fairly standard looking walk cycle, honestly. I wonder if there's some interesting like takes on like walk cycles in here about like selling a different type of character or something like that. Or if they kind of leave that for us to work out. I would like to be able to just look at something and go like, ah, yes, that's what I want to see. So this is an interesting one. This one's more like swaying. Just tilt the head and shoulders sideways on the pass position. So like it's pretty much, if you block out those two frames there, it's basically just like a straight walk cycle. I don't know if I can, my hands are too big. But yeah, it's just those to sell that idea of like a little bit of an unusual movement, which is good. I'm going to keep that in mind. Yeah, and there's like, you know, moving your feet in weird ways here. You do both. This is an interesting looking one here. Because like really overemphasizing like the upward part of the step. Yeah, there's some good information in here. I definitely need to spend some more time reading. I'm not going to read it all on stream. I'm just going to look at the pictures and read some of the captions. Because I want to do some actual work, and reading on stream just doesn't seem like actual work. Okay, here's a really good strut. This is great. I think Bernard's walk cycle is almost a little bit like that, and I think like we did Lucas's walk cycle based on Bernard a little bit, so it's got a similar sort of like strut. I'm going to call it a strut rather than a stride. I do like the way this looks like. This looks great. It's a little different though, because Bernard's like definitely like more in that like he's leaned back a little bit more. His legs sort of lead the way a bit. This is more the chest is leading the way. I could definitely like use this as inspiration. This is a really good one. I might even put a little bookmark in here. I don't have one. I have this piece of plastic from the pin. That plastic is what this pin came in for Pixel Crib. That's a good one. I like it. Oh, it's good to see some different views as well here. I like how talented this artist is as well. Just like A lot of talent here. Very clearly comfortable with doing what they're doing. This is a cool looking cycle. A little bit of that, like, motion there. The added motion of, like, having this hand back and then fully forward here. Should record myself walking? I could, but I don't really want... I want something, like, more animated than what I would do, you know. Can I interest you in some sub-pixel animation? I don't think I'm going to be doing any sub-pixels. Low poly 3D is some sweet spot. Yeah, I like doing 3D work, Davros. I would like to do more. Make a 3D model, animate it, then rotoscope it. Yeah, that's a lot of work. What if you make the characters only legs and nose? I could do that. It'll be a different game. It wouldn't fit for this game necessarily. Maybe that could happen in, like, if they go, you know, they go into a cloning machine, but the clones come out all wrong. One of them could be legs with a nose. Or nose with the legs. I think these are too aggressive looking. I want them to all be jaunty and happy, you know. I don't want them to be oh wow, this is very prideful strutting here. This almost looks like dancing compared to some of the others. Also, it's a bit, this is like more of a marionette. This is very cool though. I think we're getting a bit too wacky now. But I think I've gotten some inspiration already just looking at what we looked at today. And we're not having 13 frame walk cycle. We're having like, what was it? 4 or 6 frames? I think it's 6 frames walk cycle, which means it's about 3 frames per step. So yeah, we're like 3 or 4 frames per step. I can't remember. I think it might be 4 frames per step. So we don't have a lot of frames to work with. There's some interesting looking cycles too. I think these are rotoscoped, or like maybe not rotoscoped per se, but like I think they use video reference. Eight frame walk uses exactly the same drawings with just a single in-betweens. So yeah. This is very much the kind of walk cycle I think we would aim to do. Like in terms of like how many frames and stuff. I love that they've got such, like we've been looking, we started on page 102. We're on page 144. It's been all about walk cycles and like the kind of movement, that kind of movement. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see that. I really like this ridiculous walk cycle. I think the other two characters have like such a style to, like they have a little bit of stylized look to them, the way they move. So I just want to try and do something. It can't be too ridiculous like some of the stuff we've seen in here, but there's definitely inspiration we could take. Like this kind of pose is pretty cool. I think this is pretty cool. Maybe this is something we could go for, something not so, perhaps so extreme on some of these positions, but like I can definitely see myself taking some inspiration here too. I need another bookmark. Just like random junk bookmarks. These are funny. Some good ones here. So like these secondary effects as well. So like the hair bobbing up and down, the boobs bobbing up and down. Oh, we're getting advanced now. Maybe this is the section that I want to look at. This is a great walk cycle right here. This is definitely something I could see our character doing as well. I'm running out of things to jam in here. I'll have to tear pieces of my book. There we go. All right, I feel like I've had a good time looking at that. I'm going to study this before we do the animation, and I'm sure that will come in handy. All right, we can get back to this view. What does the red frame represent? Oh, sorry, the crossover frame. So like where the character's feet are moving, like from the left foot being in front to the right foot being in front. Book mics? Yeah, we could call them book mics if you want, Mini Roach. I won't remember to, but we can try. Yeah, Pi, I saw the announcement for Resident Evil 2 as well. It's pretty exciting. I'm just trying to make sure I didn't miss anything. Does it depend how many frames your game runs at? Yes, it does. Our frames are, I believe we've got like a 4 frame step, so it's like an 8 frame cycle, I think. I will have to load something up to have a look. Let's see. Oh gosh. Okay, yeah, no, it's 6. I was misremembering. It's 6 frames for a full cycle. So it's basically 3 frames per step. And you can see, if you just like silhouetted this, these 3 frames would look very close to those 3 frames. There's only slight differences. But they're very similar. And this one I did look at Bernard's walk cycle and try and like replicate the style of that. So the red frame would have been this one, and I guess this one. Although the ones we were looking at weren't really sort of like a 3 frame step. It was more of they were more 4 frames. So it would have been slightly different, but yeah. It doesn't really depend on how many frames the game renders at. You can still use 24 frames per second within that frame rate as a rule of thumb for what looks like smooth animation, but most things aren't 24 unique frames per second to begin with. Right. Okay. I mean, it depends on, like, you want some consistency. Like, if this character that I'm making now had, like, 12 frames instead of 6, doubling the frames, it would look weird compared to the others. I do plan for the next release, like after I've done these 3 games, the next one I was thinking I would like to upgrade all of the animations to have double the frame count, or maybe more than that. I don't know if I'd go all the way up to 24, but like doubling the frame count, so like having 12 frames walk cycle basically an in-between frame for each of these poses, you could imagine. Just making sure the timing feels right on them as well. But that would definitely like up the quality of the animation in a way that I think would be nice to see. But then that means that I'd be committing to having similarly smooth animations for other things the characters do. Right now, like if I wanted the character to tear a curtain off the wall, I need one frame of them reaching for the curtain, basically. One frame of them pulling the curtain with the curtain stretched. Another frame with the curtain torn off and like basically like flopping towards them and their arms like probably all the way back. And then maybe one more frame for them like starting to shove it into their jacket. And then like a final frame for like it completing going into the jacket kind of thing. Like you'd need like, what's that, like five or six frames total for what would be a very complicated animation if I was to double the frame count. So yeah, there's also the cost of implementing a higher frame rate animation. Some small animations may be a lot smoother than the very large ones. You do see that in a bunch of various adventure games. Oh, okay. I mean, if you got some examples, I wouldn't mind seeing them. Anyway, what if you moved a painting and then you would have frames within frames? It's a good idea. We could do that. Would have guessed, for example, instead of 8 frames for a 24 target, you would have 10 for 30 or something like that. I guess I haven't really thought about it that hard, actually, in this case, in this instance. But yes, I guess it's 6 frames for a 24 target in this case. So you've got 6 frames of walk cycle, and to hit a 24 frames a second, you just like leave each one on the screen for 3 frames. Is that right? Or 4 frames? 4 frames? Yeah, 4 frames per frame, if that makes sense. You know, if it takes 1 second to take 2 steps, that would make sense. Anyway, what are we going to do today? Actually proactive, actually getting some work done sort of stuff today. I haven't really decided what we're going to work on. I guess I can just load up the image we have been working on, actually. In lieu of having like an actual thing to work on. I can just load this up. I could try and start another scene. Start working on the layout for a different scene, like the junkyard. We've got the junkyard 1 and 2. We've got stealth section, which is like an overhead view. I won't do that until I've sort of thought about the design of that a little bit more, I think. Yeah, so junkyard 1 is like the intro. Then it's going to the stealth section, and then it's going to junkyard 2, which is actually the gatehouse area, which I already did like a really rough sketch of that area. I don't know if that's what I want to live with, but yeah. I guess it doesn't matter from the start. Only if you wanted to convert it, would have to follow the math there to make it look the same. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, it comes down to like what you actually want out of it as well. Like if you don't care how it looks once the conversion's done, you can just like add frames that you need or remove the frames that you don't. The lounge, we could go back and work on polishing the lounge. I don't know, I'm a bit undecided. You know what, I think it's the best thing to do for like productivity is probably this one. Because I've already started on it, it's got like, but it's not done. Whereas the other ones are done to a certain point that I could just be like, yeah, that's good enough. Without the polish, it's good enough to like start using it in game. So maybe I should try and get this to that point as well. Work day today was rough, man. I couldn't sleep that well last night, even though I didn't stream, trying to conserve energy. When I went to bed last night, I still couldn't sleep that well. And got up this morning and I was like, I barely got over to the computer in time to set it up and start working. Man, it was a rough start. Yeah, and I felt like I was like kind of not all the way there today. It was like I had quite a few meetings, and I was just lucky. I felt like I was lucky that I didn't really need to contribute too much details to those meetings. I was like, what I had to say was enough. Yeah, today was a bit of a rough one. Tomorrow's going to be rough again because I got to travel into the office tomorrow. So, you know, traveling into the office is always a bit of a pain, but it is what it is. If that means anything. All right. I'm just about ready to do something. Yes, this is what we've been working on, though. I think I don't know what I want to do about the tree. That tree's making me nervous, so maybe I should do the tree, so if I don't like it, at least I know, and then I can, like, try something else. The tree is kind of making me nervous. Hey, some guy. You haven't been to the office in 10 weeks? Lucky you. That's awesome. Do you walk, ride the bus, or drive your bike, or take the train to work? My wife drops me off at the train station, and I take the train to work at the moment. I may ride the motorcycle sometime and see how that goes. It will be faster. Right now, it takes me about an hour and a half to get to the office and an hour and a half to get home. So it's like 3 hours a day, but I only do 1 day a week at the office. So I could definitely improve things by riding the motorbike. It would change it from like hour and a half to maybe a bit closer to an hour. So I'd save almost an hour a day by using the motorbike. Yeah. Move a lot less though, so that's a big downside. Yeah. Well, I mean, I was working from home. I don't know how long for, like years. I agree. I found the same thing. I had the same problem, and I still haven't really gotten it myself back into form. Last year, before I got sick, I was doing regular exercise, and I had a trainer come out as well once a week, and that was really good. But then when I got sick, I didn't really bounce back from that and didn't get back into it. So I'm feeling like I want to start that again because I miss the exercise, honestly. Miss so many dev streams. I haven't seen any of the backgrounds except the bedroom in the front of the house. Oh, nice. You get to see all the new stuff then. I'm really, really proud of the one that we were working on last time, actually, because it was such a challenge. I had actually started working on it ages ago. And I did like 3 or 4 different iterations on it. And I finally got something I was happy with. Once I got the layout that I was happy with, getting the rest of this done didn't take too long. But it was getting just the composition right was so painful. I was really frustrated by it. I was also, frankly, really frustrated by the backyard until I split it into 2 scenes, and then it worked for me. Then I was like, oh, I can do it now. So you like this, Pi? Thank you. The boards look cool on this. Yeah, I'm really happy with how that's turning out too, honestly. Like I genuinely I'm starting to feel like I'm getting something, like something clicked. while I was doing the backyard work, because if I go grab the backyard one as well, I have that open. It's probably good to have it open for reference anyway. Like, whilst this is not perfect, like I would love to change a lot of things about what you can see on this image. There are bits of it that I'm like, oh, actually that worked, and like I get it now. Like some of that stuff like sort of clicked with me. So like doing the shed though was a real turning point. Once the shed looked good, I was like, oh, okay, this isn't a disaster. Once I got this to look good enough. It's funny though, because like if you look at the roof tiles, like it's pretty terrible work, honestly. Like, it's very sketchy. But once it's pixel arted, it looks fine, and that's what really matters. If I was going to do a high-res release of this, I definitely go in here and clean this up and you know, make sure it's got a bit like, it's so bad actually looking at it up close, but like even at this resolution, like even at this like view distance, it looks okay, and it looks fine once it's in game. So yeah, I'm not too upset about it, honestly. This tree needs to be redone, I think. I'm not feeling it, but we'll tackle that later. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this is coming together, honestly. It's really boosted my confidence seeing this one, actually. Because that one was bothering me. The biggest boost though was definitely this room. Like, it was such a huge boost to see this one come together. I'm like, it looks good. It actually looks good. The composition works. Because like, I don't know if you remember Pi, but we went through so many different layouts for this one. There's one of the many sketches that I did. What else do we do? There's more sketches. There's like that layout. There's another one that I fully did. Like, I was starting to think like, oh, maybe this will work, and then I was like, nah, I hate it. We can't do that. But like, going from what you just saw there, where is it? This one. Going from this to this, it's so much better. Like, the layout's better, the shapes are better, the feeling is better, the visuals, everything about it is just way better. I'm very pleased about that. So much better. I like, ugh. Anyway. Yeah. I'm very happy with how that turned out. Fisheye effect works well in that style. Yeah, absolutely. That's a good question, Some Guy in a Hat. How did I make the split? I hope it works for players. We'll see. I still haven't finished the other side of it yet. Once you get here, you'll know that, like, this is the second part of it, this screen. Also, I'll acknowledge everybody, just, you know, I can only do one at a time. But hello, Skinny. Good to see ya. Backyard. So yeah, this is like, I think this is pretty clear that there's a transition to the right because the footpath obviously goes to the right there. It might be a little confusing that you might think that you could go this way, but maybe I'll put some foreground elements to block that view so that won't be a problem. But hopefully players will be like, oh, the path goes this way, so I will go this way. And back here, I'm planning to put some junk in this section to block the player, so you won't be thinking like, oh, I need to go behind the house. It'll be fine. I think that will be fine. And so there's like pretty clearly only one direction to head from here. And when you get over to that yard, this part of the yard, this is where, you know, you'll have some elements of the puzzles will be taking place, like talking to your sibling, fixing the ladder to the treehouse, getting something out of the treehouse, eventually climbing over the fence. And so all of that will hopefully be clear to the player. Hopefully. Game's looking interesting, Skinny One. Thank you. I also like the wood texture of the shed or whatever. Yeah, I'm really I've been having a bit of fun with that, actually. It's been cathartic to draw that, actually. It's been quite nice. It's a good way to take my mind off all the other problems I have to deal with the game and just focus on, like, hey, I can do this. Yeah, the drop shadows are great. Thank you, Pi. But yeah, I actually have a data path capture application that can measure the screen update rate as long as you have digital output. That's interesting, BNU. And there's nothing like temporal and anti-aliasing and whatever messing with the frame. In frame uniqueness. Interesting. Proton, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome in. Good to see you, Strider. Good to see you. How you going? Temporal aliasing, anti-aliasing. Interesting. So you can somewhat easily discern things like at what frame something like the Day of the Tentacle walk cycle goes at in the intro animation, stuff like that. That's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, that is pretty cool. Is the unicorn any game reference? I started just drawing it for fun. Like, I just wanted something interesting in the foreground. There is actually, in Day of the Tentacle, there is a unicorn, I think. I was looking at some Day of the Tentacle screens the other day, and I'm pretty sure I saw one in there. I couldn't tell you where I saw it, but I'll scroll through them right now and see if I can find the one that I'm thinking of. Everybody, if you haven't checked out Proton's channel yet, if you like some Commodore programming or some Amiga programming, some Vampire programming, definitely a good place to go hang out. And also, if you just like awesome music compositions and very talented low-level machine coding, it's a good place to go hang out. Here you go, I found it. Here you go, Pi. This is I get. Oh, what? There you go. This is, I guess, the reference. They have a unicorn here, which is a little different than mine. It's not like a whole body of a horse or anything, but also I think their horn looks cooler than my horn. In fact, the horse shape looks cooler than mine. Maybe I should redraw my horse. Where did it go? I mean, mine's okay. Mine's okay. I think theirs is a bit more cartoony, a bit more cool. I like the shape of theirs better. Pretty Human contest thing. This part wasn't, but I know the part you're talking about. I don't have a screenshot of that because these are just the backgrounds. But that takes place in this section. It's about the size of the horn. It's about how cool it looks. It is about that. It is about that. Now I have the pre-mastered tune. It's freaking awesome. You can play it. I'm dropping in Discord. All right, I'll go play it. Since we haven't really knuckled down yet. It's a good time for it. Oh, you've DM'd me? Okay. Can I just download it? There it is. Hey, they're at GM as well. Hello. I don't think I said hello before. I was like, Unicorn in Day of the Tentacle? Oh, yeah. I saw it. I didn't realize it was in there. Maybe I subconsciously had seen it previously when I was looking at the screenshots. But yeah, I was like drawing away, and then I saw it while we were scrolling through the other day. I was like, oh wait, there's a unicorn right there. I was thrown off by the fact that used to that use have to use the horse's dentures to win it. Oh yeah, yes, that's the one. I get you. Yeah. I remember that part too. The teeth situation is pretty good. I put that horse in as reference as well yesterday. I collected it into my reference sheet for when I do the llama. This is pretty awesome, dude. How long's the track? Because I only got the one track in there. It's 4 minutes. Okay. Cool. All right, what am I looking at? All right, we want to go back to the yard so we can work on that. Tree focus. Focus on the tree for a bit. I'm just trying to get a reference of a tree to look at here so I can work on my tree. All right. Ready to go. The guitars are rad, right? Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Mana, good to see you. This looks like Bart Simpson's tree. I hadn't even thought about the Simpsons tree, honestly, but that's the... maybe that's not a bad thing. Maybe that's a good thing. All right. Okay. I gotta, like, try and get my brain in the right space for this, I guess. Also, I want to, like... Okay. How am I going to do this? I'm really nervous to start working on it. Maybe I'll chuck another layer in. That always makes me feel a little bit more confident. I genuinely don't know what I'm doing right now, so just bear with me, I suppose, while I just try and figure this out. That's rad, Proton. You've outdone yourself, dude. That's freaking rad. I'll put the original one on. I think I have like Dark Side and Dark Side Remix here as well. Oh no, I just have Dark Side, not Dark Side Remix. Okay, yeah, I'll put this on. This is the original for comparison. All right. This might look terrible by the time I'm done with it. I don't know yet. I'm just really just trying to experiment a bit. Which is why I'm being a bit rougher with it as well. I'm not worrying so much about like where the lines are going and stuff. Just trying to get some kind of a thing going on. That, yeah, the remix, man. Well done. Well done, Proton. It's your first remix, also first arrangement that is specifically done for Vampire. This is the original sitcom. Yeah, that's right. Rock and Peter Clark both say this is your best composition so far, and the pre-master is freaking awesome. It is freaking awesome. It's absolutely rad. Well done, dude. Well done. Oh, this one play out again. Oh. Man, the remaster's so good. I mean, the composition's great. The composition is really good. All right, and put on some other tracks now. Hey Sinlau, good to see you. This is not the final yet. My friend Auntie, a kid brother of my, MIY or Fig, will do the studio mastering. Oh man, he is studio professional, has done such masterings earlier also. That's so cool, Proton. This must be very exciting for you. You must be getting really hyped about that. That's awesome. This tune is remix Sid also and has Rock's guitars as well. It was the remix of year 2022. Okay. Hey, it's Atreides. Good to see you, dude. Hey, it's Atreides. Good to see you, dude. Welcome in. I'm not gonna get like a DMCA from this, am I? What's up, Atreides? Need my reference back. Yeah, super quality tune. How to watch some of the old FMM streams on YouTube, Fly to the Amazon Queen. Your streaming skills have come a long way in 3 years. Thank you, Atreides. I'm glad that I've learned something in 3 years. That's good to hear. I appreciate it. That was very nice. I'll have to put a box with arrow saying stick figure so you know how I'm drawing. Oh man. The thing, it's only practice. Like, You know, drawing's one skill that I think, like, if you practice it enough, like, most people will achieve pretty good results. Like, I still feel very unconfident about my skills, I'll be honest, but still. I feel like I'm learning. I'm not really happy with this tree, where this tree's coming, but hopefully we can make something of it still. I don't know. Bye. Thanks. Or else give me the artwork. I'll show you how shitty I am. And then you'll be pleased with yourself. Maybe if I take a step back from it, I'll appreciate it some more, but it looks too flat to me right now. Even though I'm trying to add some depth to it. Also, I don't know if this is the right style. Like, look at the tree and then look at the shack. Look at the tree, then look at the shack. It's like, I don't want to do this level of blending on the shack. So I have to knock the shading back again from where we're at to get it back in line with style. No, really, show me your attempt. I'm sure it wouldn't be that bad. Honestly, I don't know what I'm thinking with this. This is like probably not where I wanted it to be. maybe that's acceptable for now. I feel like I've overdone it still. It's not like the right style. I don't know, I got carried away listening to the music and just drawing. I can't like change the whole game to look like, to have that level of rendering. It would be insane. Alright. I'm gonna stop touching the tree. We'll start working on the tree house part of the tree. Oh boy, we're having fun now! Hello, damn it, Baines. Welcome. Oh, hello. Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. I have anonymous follows on the channel. So feel free to drop in the chat and say hello, or lurk if you would like to do that too. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Feeling very relaxed right now, like, you know. Take a little moment to just sit. All right, back to it. Hey, Drunk Raccoon, good to see you. These sorts of games remind me of the days I used to binge Sierra Entertainment games. Awesome. Yeah, I like Sierra games. Growing up, I didn't play that many of them. I played a couple of LucasArts point and clicks and a few other ones like Infograms and probably a handful of others. But yeah. Quest for Glory was really good. I've only played the first one. It was so good. Hey, Coburn, good to see you. Welcome in, welcome in. I can't believe they don't have any porridge in the treehouse. You never know. There might be porridge in the treehouse, being you. You never know. It could happen. How's things going, Coburn? I know a little while ago you're having a little bit of a pain going on with some stuff, but hopefully things have improved lately. Yeah, this one, Drunk Raccoon, is more inspired by the likes of Day of the Tentacle and Sam and Max Hit the Road. But I do have a lot of respect for the Sierra stuff these days. Play Quest for Glory 5, the third one. Its soundtrack is incredible. Oh, the 3D one, its soundtrack is incredible. I will have to get to it. I did start when I played the first Quest of Glory. I just really enjoyed it, and I thought I was going to go and play the rest of the series soon, and I just got distracted playing other games. So sometime soon I will definitely revisit the Quest of Glory series and give it the attention I know it deserves, but I haven't done it yet. I haven't gotten to it just yet. So someday I will. Real Life So Game Dev actually uncorked a major roadblock. Oh, excellent. That's good to hear, Coburn. Hired a character designer that was a contact of a 3D modeler contact. Wow. Wow. Good connections. Good connections, Coburn. Excellent. Day of the Tentacle you need to play. Yeah, absolutely you should play Day of the Tentacle. It's such a good game. I mean, that's what inspired me to work on these ones. You can see the stuff I've currently got, Drunk Raccoon, if you would like. Let's see. There you go. That link should get you what you need. I'll in fact open it now. There you go. Might as well take a minute, watch the trailer. Where's my music? Pause that. Make sure it's fully HD'd. There you go. Oh, is that too loud? Maybe it's too loud. There you go. They did do a remaster of Day of the Tentacle, yeah. So far, no actual sequels to it, though. It's got a lot of different puzzles in it. A lot of unique mechanics. So if you want to check this one out, I'm really proud of this one. The squeak hitting the wall, yeah. I really liked programming that part of the game. Designing that part of the game was fun. It was very challenging though. That was one of the biggest hold-ups on getting the game done. Was the programming for the hamster maze and just the ideas. I actually changed the concept of it a couple of times because it was a little tricky. There you go. That's the trailer. If you want to check it out, it's free to play. You can just download it or you can play it in the browser. If you so choose, you can leave a donation. That's an option, but you just click no thanks, take me to the downloads if you just want to download it and play it. I think there might be like one or two little bugs in there, but it's for the most part quite playable. You can't really get stuck or broken as far as I know. You just have to think through the problems. Anyway. Hold on, Dave! Hey, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome in. I have anonymous followers in the channel. Feel free to join us or lurk away. Dave the hamster. Dave of the hamster. Nice. I like the separation between the player character and the hamster. Yeah, it's fun to do stuff like that. Like, at the time, I was just all like, whatever, I'll just draw, I'll just, like, I had the idea in my mind for the design, and I was just like, it would be really fun to have, like, a programming maze section that I feel like is fun. If I feel like it's fun, then, you know, maybe other people like it too. I've played some games with, like, programming mazes that aren't very fun for whatever reason. I found that one, I think the design I did was pretty fun, but I think other people will still find it not necessarily as fun as it should be. But I still think it was a success as far as that goes. Like, I still think it was successful. Ratchet and Clank, they both have the same goal and separate and back and forth stories. Yeah, oh, if you like that, then Day of the Tentacle will be up your alley. And also the next game after this one will be up your alley, because I'm taking this character on the screen now, the character you just saw in the other game, and another character from the first game, and they're all going to be coming together and having, like, they've got the objective will be the same, but they'll be getting split up and, like, you know, trying to meet up again and all that kind of stuff. So that one's a much bigger project though. I need to get funding for that one because I can't afford to do it in my spare time. I need to full time on that one. So hopefully I can get funding for it and get it done. Yeah, we'll see about that. I'm not holding my breath just yet. But yeah, Ratchet and Clank's another interesting one that I still haven't actually gone and played yet. I really need to. My backlog of, like, games that I want to play and probably should have played by now is pretty freaking huge. So I just got to keep working at this kind of stuff, I think. Yeah. All right. I'm just, the artwork that I'm doing at the moment is one of the many backgrounds that this game needs. I can show you some of the other ones I've been working on too. If I could find my mouse again, it keeps on disappearing on me. There you go. This is one of the backgrounds. This is a scrolling background for the game. Still needs some work. It's not 100%. Oops, it's not 100% complete. I want to rework it, and once I've got it, like, basically how I want, I'll go through and do, like, a little bit of, like, shading and stuff like that to bring it home. This one is one of the rooms I just worked on. This one still needs more work too, but it's a little bit nicer looking because it's a bit closer to, like, where I wanted it to be. Still, just mainly I've just got to add elements to this one and make it look interesting. Then there's some other ones. Let me see if I can open another one for you. This one here. And this one's pretty much done as well. It's also just, like, adding a few more elements and stuff like that. So yeah, these ones coming together too. Games I think I should enjoy, I don't, and the weird ones grip me recently. Oh, that's good. It's good to be interested by the weird stuff. I see what you mean by tentacle inspired. You have mastered the Ren and Stimpy Rocko's Modern Life weird perspectives. Ah, thank you. I'm learning it. This is my traditional art sort of style is, like, pretty different to this, what I normally do. So since the first game, I've been learning and trying to, like, build on top of that art skill each game. And I feel like I've come a long way. I know I've come a long way because, like, if I just look back at the older games, like, each one there's iteratively improved. Actually, you can see them in if I bring that page back, if you go to view all by me, you can see the 3 games. So the oldest one is this one, Day of the Sandwich, and you can just see, like, you know, it's like the style's there, but it's not, like, the execution's not as complete. This one's not bad, actually. This one, like, could still be improved a lot, but I rushed doing the work on this game. This game I did in, like, 2 weeks flat. So yeah, you don't it doesn't get the same love and attention that the other games have gotten. It was also the first time I'd used that engine as well, so yeah. But you can see like the difference between that screen and this screen. Like those screens we just saw in this screen, there's a pretty huge difference. And I think even between this game and the current game that I'm working on, there's some pretty vast improvements as well. So I'm learning. It's good to feel like, hey, I'm learning something. Wacky false perspectives with strange proportions. Yeah, exactly the styles that I'm going for. And yeah, it has that 90s look to it, I think, because obviously it's a 90s inspiration that I've taken. But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with this one. I'm trying to allow myself to take more time on this one. But that's been challenging because, like, in my mind I keep thinking like, oh, I need to get this game done like this month. And it's not going to get done this month. Hopefully next month it gets done though. It's only a short game. It's probably like maybe an hour or two, hopefully. The last one is probably about an hour or two. So I would like to hit about the same target for this one. If not, I wouldn't mind it being a little shorter, honestly. It doesn't have to be, you know, a massive game, I don't think. What am I even doing here? Hang on a second. I think I'm on the wrong layer. I was editing the wrong layer. Okay. Made some stuff in Game Maker for a year, and in 2 you quit for 5. Now you're back for serious project in Godot, so you're absorbing the vibes in Twitch when you can. Nice, very cool. Yeah, I've been making games and engines and stuff like that like my whole life, pretty much. I started programming when I was like 10 years old. I actually started a little younger than that, but like I started making my own software like without reading a book or anything when I was about 10. And then I just sort of never stopped from there. But as far as like releases go, I've got like hardly any releases done because I've always been a bit like self-doubting is one way to look at it. Have a lot of self-doubt. Which has been getting in the way a lot. So, you know, this year I just decided to focus on getting some releases done. Just do some small games and knowing that I'm releasing it in a state that I'm not happy with, but at least it's released. And that's been very good for me. It's helped me a lot with just getting the confidence back and feeling like, hey, I can do this, getting somewhere with it. Because it has been a struggle, you know. I've been wanting to get releases out for years, but I always find a reason not to do it, not to let the game get released. Oops. Yeah, a lot of people think what I'm talking about is imposter syndrome, but it's not actually imposter syndrome. But it is close. I think the distinction in my mind is a little different. I have a lot of confidence in my skills. It's just that I have higher expectations of myself, if that makes sense. So, as perfectionism is the problem for me. Also understanding timing, you know, how long it will take for 80% to be done. Yeah, but how long you have to budget for the polish stage is the hardest. It is hard, yeah. But yeah, that's why giving myself time frames to work through. Yeah, scope creep's terrible. Like, I've dealt with scope creep before as well, and like with these games, I'm trying to minimize scope as much as possible so that I know, like, okay, once we get to this point, the game is done, and I just like try not to let myself add new stuff, which is good. Like, I can show you like the current design doc. Well, I call it the design doc. It's more just a puzzle dependency graph, but I use it to help drive, like, okay, here's what I know I need to do before the game is done, sort of stuff. And so I can go and track it elsewhere. This is the whole game's design, and this might not make a lot of sense to you, like at a glance, but basically this is like, I've broken it down into 3 acts, and this is puzzle dependency. So what that means is just like, okay, if you want to create a rope substitute to climb out the window, then you need to get the curtains, you need to get the bed sheet, and you need to get the pirate flag. Once you've got those 3 items, you can combine them, and then you can do that cutscene of climbing out the window. But to do something later on, like opening the robot with the screwdriver, well, you need to find the screwdriver first. So that's something that you can do from the start of the game as well. Hey, Jay, good to see you, dude. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm doing all right. I'm not so tired like I was yesterday. Quest completion order. Yeah, that's pretty much one way to think of it. Glitching speedrunners try to break. Exactly, yeah. If they can find a sequence break to bypass, like, all of this, then that'll be great, right? Yeah, exactly. So this design is like... This helps to design the game in a way that you can't get soft locked as well. So, like, hey, if you get to this screen, you shouldn't be able to get there without having all these other items with you. So the game doesn't block you from progressing that way as well. So it's just a good way to help plan the flow of the game in a way. But it's more about puzzle dependencies than it is about flow, if that makes sense. And there's actually a really good article which I used when I did the first one of these right here. So if you want to go read that, this applies to more than just this concept. You can apply it to more than just graphic adventures. So there's like a whole bunch of stuff here. There's a death spank puzzle dependency chart that they link to as well. Which I hope this works. There you go. Yeah, this is for Death Spank, the game. This is all the things that you have to do before you can finish the game, basically. So it's a big one. I'm sure there's more complex ones out there, but that's a pretty big one. I was just trying to think of what I'm supposed to be doing. I was like, what was I doing again? Right, I was drawing pictures. Nice and easy. Just calm, relaxed, drawing pictures. Easy. All right. Oops. Oh, man. Really should clean up some of this line work, but whatever. Timur, hey, Saffron, good to see you too. Welcome. I feel like Moses party in the Red Sea, all these peeps out in the woodworks. Yeah, we got some awesome people coming hanging out. It's awesome to see you, to see everyone. Oh man. What am I doing here? I don't even know. Maybe this is okay. I'm getting tired. Maybe I should take a break. Maybe I should go sleep. I don't know. I got an early start tomorrow. Hour and a half to the office, and then an hour and a half home. Oh, I'm going to finish up some more of this before I take off. Actually, feeling good about where we're at, so might as well keep it up. Well, hello. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Scooter 15 minutes to work. Nice. I only have to go to the office once a week at the moment, but it's enough to be a... I don't love it. Adrian, good to see you, sir. It was me. I'm pretty sure I had already followed you. Sometimes unfollows happen by accident, or like the systems unfollow. I don't know why. Twitch is weird like that sometimes, Killick. Don't worry, it's all good. Maybe it was green one day and you clicked it and it went purple, and then another day you loaded up and it was green and then you clicked it, but it forgot to update or something. I don't know. I don't know. Twitch is weird sometimes. 3 hours a day just traveling is rough. Yeah, that's what I used to do every single day. When I used to work 5 days in the city, and I would travel 3 hours a day every day. Eventually I decided to ride my motorbike, which saved me about an hour a day. But yeah, working from home, like, I'll never go back to full-time in the office. If any job that I ever have says like, hey, full-time in the city, I'll be like, no, thank you. I'll just leave and find another job. Because there's no way I'm ever doing that to myself again. Frankly, I'm kind of disappointed that I let it happen for as long as I did. kind of crazy. But a lot of people in Melbourne do that. A lot of people. So, I don't know. Funny, I think I'm like getting nearly done with this, and then I notice something else that I have to fix up, and I think that's going to be a constant. Oh gosh, making a mess of that. That's all right. A friend of yours was completely non-understanding of my love for working from home until the COVID remote work thing hit, and he actually got to experience it. Yeah, I've always liked working from home. Whenever I have had the opportunity in the past to do it, I've jumped on it because I know how good it is. But when the COVID thing happened, a lot of employers were like, oh, well, obviously you have to work from home. And so suddenly everybody's like, wait, this is easier than like traveling 3 hours a day. And so, yeah, it just, that, I'm glad it caught on. Very glad it caught on. All right, I think this is like about as good as I'm going to go on this for now. Again, I don't want to add too much. If anything, the tree is like over-rendered, and it's also still not quite right. Something bothering me about it. It's too 2D. I think I know what the problem is, actually. I just don't want to fix it right now. I'll fix it later. But yeah, it's all right. Like, things coming together. Once we get the ground in and the grass, the texturing on the dirt, maybe work on the pond, I think the tree will start to settle into the scene a lot more once that's done. But yeah, I think I over-rendered it, and then I kind of pulled it back, but it's still a little bit over-rendered, I think. Of course, not everyone is great at handling it. Like, they won't actually do the work they're supposed to in their home office. Dude, people don't do the work they're supposed to do in the office. So, like, you already have to rule that part of it out as well, right? Like, some of these people just, like, they do half an hour of work a day and somehow manage to, like, skate through that way. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know, man. I think the motivation to get work done should be pretty apparent to most people. So working from home, I don't know. Less stress. I get less distractions at home, so I tend to get more done. The only time when I'm working at home that I get that it's an inhibition, like, what's the word? Inhibits me from getting more work done is when I need information from somebody else and I can't raise them for some reason, like they're in meetings or whatever. And that's like, usually I've got something else to go on to anyway, so I'll just keep working on something else until they are available. Yeah, working from home is like so much more better. Like, I definitely get more done working from home. Possibly the only reason they did work in the office is because they had someone watching over them. I'm not sure. Like, maybe. Yeah, that's probably true in some cases. That has to be true in some cases, I guess. But I think there's just people who are just like, they blame the non-work because they're at home or whatever. Like, somebody will be like, oh, they're not doing it because they're at home. Maybe that's just an employee that you don't want, right? Like, if they're going to behave like that at home, then you know they're giving the minimum at the office, right? Like, people who are doing nothing at home are trying to do nothing at the office, even if they are doing something, right? So, like, it's probably a good thing to let people work from home, and if they're not doing it, then let them go work somewhere else and find someone else who will actively work from home, because they're going to be a better employee, right? Like, if I'm working on the game, like, say say I release the next 2 games and I make enough money to hire another developer to work with me, another, like an artist or someone to work with me on the next game. If they're not, like, I'm not going to get an office, so they have to be able to remote work. If they don't remote work, then I'm not going to, like, it's not going to work out, right? Not that I don't know if that will happen, but like, hey, it'd be great if it does. If I could afford to pay somebody else to work alongside me, I can get more done. But, you know, it is what it is, I guess. Like, I would rather have somebody who I know is working, regardless of if they're in the office. Because then you know they're motivated to get things done. People need to be watched are the exception, not the rule. I think that's true as well, Jay. I think that's true as well. I think most people want to achieve their objectives. Like, you're working as part of an organization, you have some goals set, you're like, okay, let's make this happen. Requirement: live in Mike's backyard next to the terrifying barbed orange tree. What? Our poor orange tree hasn't grown yet. It's just sitting there doing nothing. I think we need some... I don't know if we planted it in the wrong place or something, but it's just sitting there. Hasn't grown much in the last... I think it's been in for 3 or 4 months. It's barely done anything. It's doing its best. I think we need to give it some, like, really good fertilizer and see if that helps, because it's not been doing great. But yeah, like, I mean, you guys, I do this stream, like, let me take this from another point of view. I do this stream because I want to share what I'm doing primarily, but there is a component of me doing this is a little bit of, like, accountability on, like, hey, I'm making sure that I'm getting these games done. So finding the motivation to work on your own projects sometimes is hard because you've already exhausted yourself working on your day job, right? Like, today was a hard day. So the last thing I really wanted to do is sit down and do dev work, but I'm like, you know what? I want to do it. I want to make this game happen. So I gotta do that. So I would have sat down and worked on it. But streaming is just like another step on top of that of like, hey, I'm doing it. I'm not just going to sit here and do nothing all day. I'm gonna get some more work done. I'm going to show people what I'm up to, and we'll, you know, maybe I can talk through some stuff I've been thinking about, which helps. Frankly, that helps me align my thoughts a little bit more. Like, I came in like, okay, I need to talk about art and animation, and you know, we looked at walk cycles. We talked a bit about the character design problems that I addressed yesterday, and that's good. Because, you know, it gives me some more ammunition to use when I'm thinking about what I'm going to work on next. So I've done, like, obviously I have done some work offline. You've seen, like, I brought some stuff and been like, okay, this is what I did while I was offline. But most of it I do online. So you could argue that the doing it online and the accountability side of that is more motivating than not doing it. But I don't know if that's true. Knowing that the amount of hours I put into other projects before I started streaming, I don't think that's true for me, but it could be. That could be part of the motivation for getting things done. But I don't know. I'll willingly admit that could be a part of it, but I don't think it is. If that makes sense. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. Speaking of motivation and doing work and stuff like that, I do have to stop now, I think, because I've got to, like I said, travel in the morning, so I got to be up extra early for the travel side of it. I already had an early start today, so it's just 2 early starts in a row. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, I won't see anybody tomorrow. Tomorrow's a no stream day. No gaming, no dev, no anything tomorrow. Wednesday, we'll be back. And I should be starting a new game because we finished Discworld 2, so it'll be something else tomorrow. I mean, not tomorrow, on Wednesday. Next stream, next gaming stream will be Wednesday, and we'll be doing something else. I don't know what. I suppose there's a possibility last week my dad was sick, so that's why we didn't do the family dinner at my dad's house last week. I think we're on this week, but we might not be. We might have one more week off. If we have a week off, I'll try and start a little earlier. We're doing a new game. Oh my gosh. It's a raid. Welcome in the G-Funk. Welcome, James Nico. Thank you so much for the raid. Toxic, hey, good to see you. Yeah, I finished Discworld 2. It did work. I finished it. It was good times. Killick, thanks for hanging out with us. Adrian, thank you for hanging out. Jay as well. I appreciate all the support today. Thanks for giving me some company. Stardrop Thistledown. Hello, greetings. Welcome. Good to see you. You're the Titan of Ether. Welcome. James totally doomed a world in order to win the game. I will be finishing in a minute. Yeah, I was literally just about to finish up, but I appreciate the raid nonetheless. If you wanna guide the raid to somewhere else, feel free to let me know where you want to go. I don't know if anybody else that I know doing game dev stuff is on at the moment. But I'm happy to, I'll walk you guys through what we're doing, so we won't leave right away. I can share a little bit of what we've done today and where the games are going. Yeah, absolutely. Happy to share. Yasmin, good to see you too. Dr. Yasmin, thank you so much for being here. What were you playing today? I don't have the shout out. Let me try. Do I have just like what do I have? What do I have as SO? I forget what I have set up on this bot. There we go. That's it. Oh, Ultimate 8. It all makes sense now. Ultimate 8, huh? Excellent. I'll show you what I've been working on. This is what I've been working on. A little tree and tree house today. Honestly, I've been online for nearly 3 hours. I did a lot of talking today, but even still, this feels like not enough progress. I'm like, I haven't worked hard enough tonight. But you know, it's coming along. It's coming along. Got a nice little tree house. I got to do the steps on the tree house at some point as well. Yeah, there's going to be some steps that are here, but they're going to be broken. Only one of the rungs is going to be still there. We're going to do a nice pond later on and some gardeny bits, and there'll be a nice fence to climb over later as well. Yeah, so it's slowly coming together. This is what I've been working on. Here's some other screens. This one's the first room you start in. This is the bedroom. I may come back and work on this a little bit more now that I've like gotten a little bit more confidence in some of the other stuff that I've been working on. I think I might come back and clean this up a tiny bit, but it really doesn't need it. All these screens, I'm painting them at high resolution, but they're going to be scaled down to 320. What is it? 320 by 200. So they're actually going to be extremely small screens when they're done. And so, you know, I could go and do a little bit more detail work, but it's really, you know, not worth it. I think you lose a lot of the details. This one comes before the one we were just working on. So this one you get here from walking off to the right on this screen. And this screen you get to from leaving out through the door in the back of this screen. Back here. And you get to this screen from going through this door, but you can't go through the door at the start of the game because it's locked for some reason, unknown. So you end up having to go out a different exit. I won't spoil anything. But yeah, so this is slowly coming along. But I'm having a good time doing it, and I think with the progress I made on this is actually going to come together probably next stream. I'll probably be able to knock out most of the rest of it. The pond, I'm not sure if I'm going to do the pond or not. We don't really need the pond. I just thought we needed something there visually. So maybe I'll change it for something else, like maybe a park bench. Something like that. Something to sit on instead. I don't know. Maybe just a nice rock. Maybe an ornamental frog statue. I don't know. Babylon Zul, you're legend. Good to see ya. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, I'm still not 100% happy with the tree. I know what's wrong with it. I know what I think I need to do to fix it, but I'll get to it. I haven't tried fixing it just yet. There's a few things I could do to fix the tree. I'll do one of them when I next stream. But yeah, I'm super happy with how everything else is coming together. This is currently my favorite room. This is currently my favorite room that I've done, and it's not even finished yet. I really like the way this one looks. Very proud of this one. This one I spent so much time doing composition on. I've shown this before already today, but I'll show you again. It started out, I had this layout roughed in. Before that, I had a few different sketches of different layouts that I was thinking about. There's a whole other sketch layout here that I did. I think I did like 4 or 5 different layouts before I ended up landing on what you see in the end. And I'm actually really happy with this. This is like really good. I'm proud of it. I think I finally nailed what I was looking for there. Oh, dude. Astriel, thank you. That's super kind of you. I mean, I'm just happy to finally get something that when I look at it, I don't cringe with how bad it looks. So I appreciate it. I really do. That's super kind of you. I think I need to develop some self-positivity in my brain. Get some confidence, because like people tell me it looks good and I'm like, yeah, but it's not. But I think if people think it looks good, then I need to allow myself that. I think I need to allow myself that to some degree. So yeah, I need to get better at acknowledging when things work out. I am actually really, really happy with this. Like I said, I went through so many different compositions, finally landed on something I actually thought worked, and it worked. When I drew it, I was like, hey, it worked out. You know, you can see it's got all the elements it needed. It needed to have this banister and the stairs off to the right. It needed the couch with the TV and the microwave. It needed like the door and the chores chart. It's all there, and there's room. Like it doesn't feel cramped. It's worked out really well. I had the same problem with the backyard. This one, I had the same problem. I wasn't able to fit everything in and feel like it looked comfortable enough. So I split it into two separate rooms. That's why we actually have the one that I've been working on today. I didn't originally plan to have this one in the game. But breaking it into a separate screen just means that I could deal with it a little better. And this one's another one that I'm actually pretty happy with the composition on it too. I think compositionally this one feels pretty nice. I'm just realizing there's something I feel like I need to do with the treehouse situation. I think let me just experimentally do this. I think I need to add some dimension to the treehouse itself. Like maybe having this side of the house visible is like a good idea somehow. I think no, it's just all the shadow color. Yeah, maybe having a little bit of extra detail back there. I'm not going to finish it off right now. I just wanted to like put the idea down and see how it looks. Just having something there so it doesn't feel completely devoid of dimension. Like it's very flat at the moment, kind of thing. So putting something in there to help with that might be a good idea, just to add a little extra dimension. Living room looks fantastic. Thank you, Adrian. Yeah, I'm really pleased with the living room. It finally came together. A lot of effort went into that composition. Yeah, I think that's going to look heaps better. Just putting the side on there on the treehouse will help this feel a little bit more like I think it attaches the house better to the tree that way. It makes it look less two-dimensional, for one thing. All right, I got to stop though, because if I keep on working, I'm going to keep on doing too much work. But if you are new here, welcome in. Thank you very much for the raid, James Nico. I do appreciate it. Everybody, if you haven't followed James already, like I have, then you should do that. What else do I need to say? I don't know what else I need to say. Probably something else important that I haven't said. Play my games. They're good. Especially Day of the Hamster. Where did those keystrokes go? Because they didn't go into the chat. Play Day of the Hamster. It's good. Gotta stop working and get sucked back in. Yeah, exactly. Breeding is hard. It is hard sometimes. Yeah, go play this game. It's very good. It's made by me. And I streamed the entire process of making this game. It's a very good game. If you haven't played it already, please do. Hey, it's Refraction. Good to see you, mate. I'm just telling people to play my game. Day of the Napster, a game about avoiding the FBI while downloading MP3s. Could be good. Could be good. You're very welcome, Coburn. Thank you. Thought I might have missed you being on a weekday and all. Yeah, I know. You kind of, like, you caught the very tail end of it, though, Ref. I mean, I'll show you what I got done. This is where we're up to now on this scene. Which I'm quite pleased with the way this is looking, honestly. I mean, obviously there's more work to do, but... yeah. You're on holiday this week? Oh my goodness, that's awesome, dude. Enjoy your break. Thank you, Drunk Raccoons. You take care. I'll see you soon. Oh, by the way, everybody, if you want to follow my main channel, please do that. It's the other one. Thank you. I was trying to do that. Thanks for shouting me out. That's my main channel, where I do all the gaming stuff. This is where I do all the... not that. This is where I do all the game dev stuff. Where I do playing is over on the other one. GG Mike McMikeface. Thank you, G Funk. Thanks, G Funk. I don't know. Yeah, this is basically ASMR. This is where I just like draw the things and like focus on getting things done occasionally. And yeah, we talked about a lot of stuff today. I really have to go. If I'm gonna, I still have to go prep some stuff for tomorrow before I go to bed. So I really should make the move. We can go visit whoever you like, James, if you want, or I can go. There's a couple of people online who are doing the game dev thing. We can go drop in on if you like. Atari Beer Pong was in my chat earlier. You called him Atari Beer Pong? Beer Bong? Oh, that's funny. Is he online right now? No. Well, that's unfortunate. Could not put sentences together. It was kind of, it was like that kind of day. Yeah, I've had them days myself, for sure. We should raid, I've never raided this channel before. But maybe it's a good one to go to while we're doing art. I've never raided this channel before, but I think it might be a good one. So let's do that. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. I will be on main channel Wednesday night. Thursday night, I should be on the GOG channel. I haven't queued up the game I'm supposed to be playing yet, so I got to take care of that. And then Friday is Big Friday Gaming, of course. Thursday we'll be doing a full day of game dev again. We enjoy our full day of game dev. Thank you, Astral. Thank you, Refraction. Thank you, G-Funk. Thank you, James, again. Thank you, Raccoons. Adrian. I don't remember if Astral. I forget who I've thanked. Thank you all. Let's go and see. Hey, Coburn. Thank you, mate. You have a good one too. Let's go and visit Bob Ross doing some painting. I've never done this before, but it seems appropriate. Wait, they disabled raids? Wait, I cannot raid Bob Ross? Well, that's useless. I was gonna go raid Bob Ross, and now I can't do it. Why would they disable raids? Weird. All right, we'll raid someone else. Sorry about that. If you want to go hang out with Bob Ross, please do. Otherwise, oh, I just sorry, Babylon's all. I only just saw your message. But yeah. All right, I'm gonna go. Thank you all very, very much for hanging out with me. I do appreciate it. Like I said, you're all legendary. I'm tired and my brain has stopped working, and I got to get ready for my trip tomorrow morning. So I'm gonna go. You have fun. Bye. See you later. Oh, I forgot to do the outro music. What am I doing? I can't do anything right today. It's too late. Here it is. See you soon, everyone. You're all awesome. One Must Outro, perfect name for it.